It's a small EP with 4 tracks, and it's called Below Zero. Um, the theme of the EP is kind of the transition from winter to spring, which in the Netherlands always feels like a huge relief, you know? Uh, I think I
Mm.
personally also I already have in the winter a little bit of a dip always, you know, vitamin D, lack of vitamin D, and I don't know. You notice people are
Yeah.
outside more. They are smiling again, especially after the lockdowns due to COVID this last winter. You know, um, I came back from Chicago, immediately went into a lockdown. You know, so those kind of things, and I made those beats in that time, and yeah, the title also comes from the idea of transitioning from a frozen state, you know, below zero, where you are like stuck in your bubble or
Mm.
like certain habits, uh, go from that to yeah, opening up, socializing, going on new adventures, traveling, and warmth and stuff. So it's kind of like you go from a really cold point to a warm point, that the transition, and I think something as simple as the sun can you make you more excited for what's to come in 2022, you know, like you suddenly
For
realize
sure.
like,
Yeah.
oh, I'm gonna do all this stuff, and you're transitioning out of a winter dip, I would say. That's kind of the vibe I got from the EP, and it's like little atmospheres. uh, I work together with my brother,
Yeah.
Pepijn de Jonge, for the artworks, and he always helps me with the concept too and the titles of the tracks and stuff. So that's amazing. And yeah, in that's in a nutshell what
Yeah.
this EP
So
is.
yeah. So how did you make the EP?
Um, Really simple. Like most of it on this MacBook Pro with my Nord back here. Play some keys, play some guitar. Mostly at night, I'm just vibing in this room with colored lights and like making some stuff which comes out of a certain vibe you're in. And at that point in the winter, my vibe wasn't that good personally. Like it was kind of like I was stuck in a bubble, like everyone else was kind of. The world was in a weird state and is in a weird state too. So I was really feeling that,
Yeah.
and uh, yeah, I was just without thinking too much, making little atmospheres, and those came out as these tracks, you know.
Yeah. And why did you make the EP?
I didn't even think about it. It was just out of necessity, you know. I just made these things. I want at that point I felt like I need to make I want and need to make something right now. And then all these things were in a certain time frame with a certain vibe, so they all fitted together already. And I was like, why not bundle them and talk to the kind people at Aviary and see if we can release it this spring with some nice artwork, with this interview, and with some good videos and stuff, and kind of just express the vibe of that transition from winter to spring. So it's nice that it's coming out in April, you know.